know what selective mutism is? Have you ever met a student with selective mutism? Well, until a few years ago, neither had I. I met a child in my very, very early years of teaching over 20 years ago. It wasn't in my class and I didn't have much to do with her, so I didn't really know much about the condition. But more recently, I've had a couple of students come into my care who have selective mutism. So what is it? Well, selective means that you do it sometimes but you don't do it others. And mutism is to do with whether you talk or whether you don't. So for these students, sometimes they talk and sometimes they don't. And it depends on who they're with and it depends on where they are. So it is actually an anxiety-related disorder, and that's really, really important to know. This isn't that they're doing this, they're refusing to speak because they're being awkward or they're being defiant. They actually can't speak. They are so anxious that it impairs their ability to speak. And for the rest of the 99% of the population who this isn't affected by, we can't understand that. Why would you not want to talk? Why would you be so much debilitated by anxiety that you can't talk? That's what it's like for these students. And it is actually a condition that is diagnosable under the DSM-5, and it is fundable certainly within Queensland under verification under the social emotional disorders. You do need a psychologist or a paediatrician to sign off on that on the paperwork. But it is a really, really interesting but very debilitating condition. But remember, it is anxiety based, so you need to come from a position of making the children feel really comfortable. So how do we move from not talking to talking? Well, that can take between 6 months to up to around 2 years. And for my students, we are at about the 18-month mark, and we are at a point where they will talk in class, whispering to their teacher in the corner. They will talk out of class to a number of different people, a number of different students. But it has taken us a really long time to get there. When we started right at the beginning, we would be able to get them to point and nod and maybe look at what they needed to do or come and show me things. But there was no expectation that they would talk. We expected them to make attempts to communicate, but definitely no attempt or no pressure on being able to talk. And we told the other children they'll talk when they're ready. And that was really useful for